over the last 3 years since COVID, what have you noticed that's been some of the major changes within marketing? Whether it's whatever it might be, I'll let you go ahead.
I think that as somebody that does targeting of specific audiences for clients, things like that, I feel like the platforms, whether legally or voluntarily, have made it harder to target people, to target specific people. I'll give you a good example. Just recently, Facebook made a change that you used to be able to target people based on a geographic area and just target people that live in that geographic area. Now they took that away, and now you have to target people that live in that area or have recently been in that area. Well, that really takes away, because let's say that you own a shop that's right on, right next to a freeway exit, and you reach people within 10 miles of the shop. Well, the reality is now, if there's a freeway running through that area, you're now targeting everybody that's driving on the freeway too, that may not even be in your geographic area that you're wanting to target. But the way Facebook changed it, for whatever reason, you can't just target people that live in that area anymore. They've also taken away interest targeting, some of the interest targeting after Cambridge Analytica and COVID and things like that. It seems like they're always removing a way to target audiences. So I feel like from a marketer standpoint, it's become you have to be a little bit more savvy to figure out how to target the people you're trying to target. I feel like from a consumer standpoint or a business owner standpoint, you have to understand that people are being bombarded these days more than ever before with all forms of advertising. So you have to bring something of value to the table, or not only doesn't your advertising work, it could actually become irritating and become actually something that actually puts people off. So I feel like, and then I think the other thing that's changed is just the way people consume content. I mean, I can tell you, I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do sit down to watch TV these days, I have a smart TV. I predominantly flip over to the YouTube thing, and I find YouTube videos that I want to watch, and I watch YouTube videos. So instead of ABC, NBC, Fox, and those people selling a commercial that's reaching me, it's actually people are reaching me via Google ad, because I'm watching 95% of the time. If I'm watching TV, I'm watching a YouTube video. I'm not watching network TV. So that wasn't the case pre-COVID. I think that COVID created a situation where people changed the way they consumed content. The platforms changed the way they allowed you to target. So I think it's harder now to. It used to be if you were on social media and you just threw some money at something, more than likely it worked as much as it didn't work. Now you've really got to be savvy how you're doing it, or you could be wasting a lot of money.
I'll just finish up with what you were saying too. At least for me, I think one of the things, having been years in retail, standing in an Eddie Bauer, trying to offer people in the stores, I think just the ability to reach people kind of was obviously fast forward, that you could actually be in somebody's home without having them walk into your store.
Yeah.
And so that's the whole reason I started my Talking Film podcast back in the day, was because I wanted to get out the information to people into their home versus whoever the sales guys were going out to try to go into different shops. It was that connection from customer to business all of a sudden shrunk. People were just sitting at home, and it was how can you, and then obviously, like you said before, how do you put that content out, and how creative is it? How engaging are you able to pull somebody in to kind of, like we talked about before, where they kind of sit the thumb time? Are they going to stay on and actually watch what you're doing? So there's a lot of different things that kind of got spun forward and forced a lot of people. And obviously with AI now, it makes things more efficient, but yet in that efficiency, you have to be much more specific in how you're doing everything, and much more detail oriented. So it makes it kind of trickier.